Alright, so let's take a look at how some of our Super Eagles players performed in UEFA competitions this week. These are players who played in the Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League. Before we get more into detail, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you very much. First, we're going to start with Super Eagles left back Zaidu Sanusi. Played 90 minutes for his club Porto in their 3-0 victory over Bayern Leverkusen. He had 47 touches of the ball and completed 24 passes out of the 31 he attempted, and that was for 77%. One dribble completed out of the 3 he attempted, one successful tackle out of the 2 he attempted, one clearance and one interception. Next, we move to Super Eagles midfielder Rafael Onyedika. He played 90 minutes for Club Brugge against Atletico Madrid. Match ended in a goalless draw. He had 45 touches of the ball, 21 completed passes out of the 28 he attempted, and that was for 75%. One key pass made in the game, won one aerial duel out of the 2 he went for, one tackle out of 1, and also an outstanding 7 clearances in the game. So this would be another big performance for Rafael in the Champions League. His club currently sit number 1 in their group, and you talking about Atletico Madrid, Porto, and Bayern Leverkusen all in the same group, and Club Brugge are leading the pack. Next, we move to the final Champions League match on the rundown. Ajax taking on Napoli. Napoli hosting Ajax, and Super Eagles left back / central defender Calvin Bassey played 90 minutes in the game. The match ended 4-2 in favor of Napoli, and Calvin Bassey played as a left back as opposed to a left-sided central defender. He had 70 touches of the ball, completed 39 out of 45 passes, and that was for 87%. Made one key pass in the game, and that was an assist for a goal, a beautiful cross. The player could do none but put his head on it and put it into the back of the net. Kind of reminds you of the cross he made to Dessers against Mexico in that friendly. He won 3 out of 5 aerial duels, completed 2 tackles out of the 3 he attempted, made 1 clearance, and also took a corner kick in the match. Also part of the game was the return of Victor Osimhen. The Super Eagles striker had been out with injury since the first match day against Liverpool, but against Ajax he had 15 touches of the ball, completed 7 out of 9 passes for 78%, made 1 key pass in the game, took 3 shots, 2 of which were off target and 1 was on target and ended up being for a goal. Actually had the ball in the back of the net 3 times, but 2 of those were offside. The offside awareness was not looking good against Ajax. That being said, take none away from the goal scored by Victor Osimhen. It definitely was an important goal for his team. At that point in time, Ajax had scored a penalty and made the score 3-2 in favor of Napoli, so it was a little edgy in the stadium, and Victor Osimhen just found the right time to get the ball into the back of the net. The ball comes out the back, he goes up for it, it seems like he's jumping for eternity, gets his head on the ball, but none of his teammates got on the end of the ball, so he turns around and does the chasing himself, and the defender was very lazy on the ball, very lackadaisical, and he just got in there, took the ball from him, just like taking candy from a baby, and put the ball into the back of the net, and that put the game away, 4-2 in favor of Napoli. Victor also had 2 successful tackles out of the 2 he attempted and 1 clearance in the game. And let's not forget that Victor also gave a penalty away in the game. His team won a penalty when they were up by 2-1, and he's the designated penalty taker, but he handed the ball over to his teammate who made the score 3-1, and I believe that was just a show of kindness and leadership from Victor Osimhen. Always the selfless player and always about the team, and I feel like that doesn't get spoken enough when people bring up Victor Osimhen. A beautiful comeback story for Victor Osimhen. Scores a goal in his first match back in over a month, and let's just hope that he remains healthy until the end of the season, because I definitely see a lot of good things in this Napoli side. They won every game the whole time he was out, and you only wonder how good they can become when he gets a good run of games in. Moving on to the Europa League, and we're going to start with Super Eagles winger Simon Moses. Simon, whichever one you want to call it. Forward for Nantes, and he played 73 minutes in the match against Freiburg of the Bundesliga. The match ended 4-0 in favor of Freiburg. Moses Simon had 28 touches of the ball, completed 13 out of 20 passes for 65%, made one key pass in the game, and also didn't take any shots or complete any dribbles. Moving on, but also in the Europa League, Francis Uzoha, Super Eagles goalkeeper, played 90 minutes for his club Omonia against Manchester United. Match ended 1-0 in favor of Manchester United. A real heartbreaking defeat for Omonia. They held it on till the last minute, and that was when Manchester United scored. A really heartbreaking situation right there for Omonia. Now their starting goalkeeper got injured the last time they played Manchester United, and even though Francis wasn't the player who came off the bench in that match, he got the start in this game and he took full advantage of it. Definitely a man of the match performance by him. He had 53 touches of the ball, completed 14 out of 37 passes for 35%, and that was mostly because he was just kicking every ball straight forward. They were definitely not trying to play out the back. He had 12 saves in the game, and time after time they kept on coming and he kept on sending them back. Next we move to the Conference League, and we start with Super Eagles winger Samuel Chukwueze. Played 68 minutes for his club Villarreal against Austria Vienna. Match ended 1-0 in favor of Villarreal. And last but not least, Slavia Prague with their 3 Nigerian players took on CFR Cluj. Match ended 1-0 in favor of CFR Cluj. Peter Olayinka, Super Eagles forward, played 90 minutes in the game. Yiraso, the forward who played for Nigeria at the 2019 Under-20 World Cup, played 59 minutes in the game. And Moses Uso, another forward, played 86 minutes. So yeah, that was how some of our Super Eagles players performed in UEFA competitions this week. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.